The midsize sedan market isn't exactly burgeoning, but those holdouts that are still in it are definitely putting their best foot forward. Subaru is one of them, and with the 7th generation Legacy, they are making quite a statement.
While they still have competition from the likes of the Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and Nissan Altima, Subaru has stepped up their game, especially when it comes to the interior.
The cabin evolves in an impressive and excellent way. Everything in here is streamlined now, even down to the air vents. The center stack is what's changed the most. Now on the base model, this is two 7-inch screens, but on the premium Legacy and above, you get this vertical styled 11.6-inch tablet where all of your functions are. Now, some of them are a little bit buried. It is more elegant, but it does lend itself a little bit to driver distraction.
The interface itself is fairly intuitive to use, and there are manual controls for things like audio volume and station selection. But there are some vehicle functions like being able to disable the engine stop-start feature or turning off some of those beepy alerts that are buried beneath several different menus.
And while you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, because of how the screen is oriented and all of this other information that's included, the icons are quite small.
Still, it's a good and necessary upgrade.
This Legacy is bigger than the previous gen, so that means more interior room. That means more leg room, which is fantastic, even in the second row, so that's really nice for your passengers. They will appreciate that. The materials back here and up front are really high quality. It's modern, it's comfortable, it's upscale. The designers did a great job. Kudos.
The rear seat features a 60-40 split, and when it's folded down, there's a ton of cargo space that's easily accessed through the rear deck lid, which now has a larger opening and lower liftover. When the rear seats are down, the Legacy sedan has a load floor that nearly rivals its Outback wagon sibling. Wow! Riding on the same all-new Subaru Global platform as the Outback, the Legacy boasts more interior room, a stiffer body, and more responsive chassis, along with standard eyesight safety and driver assists across all trim levels.
The first thing you notice in here is how much quieter it is over the previous generation. That's thanks in part to a lot of sound dampening materials used throughout the cabin. Also, the chassis that it rides on now is a lot stiffer, and so the Legacy is a lot more responsive.
There are two engine options available to Legacy purchasers. There's a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine that's more than adequate in the power department.
That's the engine that we've got in this tester. The XT has a 2.4-liter turbocharged engine that replaces the flat 6 and makes 260 horsepower. That gives the Legacy a lot of extra giddy-up.
As with all Subarus, the Legacy comes standard with all-wheel drive, which gives this sedan a leg up, or 4 wheels down, rather, when it comes to traction and grip. It's confident in turns and supplies a comfortable, stable, and spirited driving experience.
You might think that all-wheel drive is a disadvantage when it comes to fuel economy, but not so. The 2.5-liter gets 35 miles to the gallon on the highway, 27 in the city. The turbocharged, you get a little bit of a disadvantage. It's 32 on the highway and 24 in the city, but they're pretty close to the rest of the segment.
If you're looking for a sportier drive, the Sport model comes with blacked-out trim elements, a rear spoiler, as well as 18-inch wheels. The Sport also gets an SI button on the steering wheel, which sharpens throttle response and gives this trim level a bit of a livelier drive.
You know how I feel about CVTs. I don't make much of a secret about it, but I will say that they are improving. The one that Subaru employs is pretty good. There is a little bit of droning that you hear, but it's not super distracting. And all of the Legacies have paddle shifters, so if you want to take matters into your own hands, you can. The exterior design of the Legacy is more of an evolution and not a complete redesign. The shapes and proportions are very similar. Where it sees the most difference is in the grille, which is lower and wider, and the headlamps have a new look.
The exterior here definitely feels fresher than the previous gen, but it's not as dramatic as the Accord or Camry's new and extremely modern design language. If understated and unflashy is your aesthetic, then the Legacy could be a good choice. In addition to all-wheel drive, the Legacy gets a lot of great standard equipment, including active torque vectoring, EyeSight driver assist, which is Subaru's safety feature package that includes adaptive cruise control with lane centering and auto vehicle hold. Additionally, there's automatic climate control, LED headlights with high beam assist, remote keyless entry, and auto stop start. Get into the premium, limited, and XT models, and other options become available, such as blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert, keyless entry with push-button start, and LED fog lights. You can add a power moonroof, 11.6-inch touchscreen with navigation, reverse automatic braking, and heated seats and a steering wheel. At $23,645, the Legacy is the most affordable out of the Camry, Accord, and Altima. And remember, that's with all-wheel drive. The Level Up Premium model starts around $26,000. Opting for the turbocharged Limited XT takes a hit on the wallet of close to $11,000. And a top-of-the-line Legacy Touring XT will cost you around $36,800. All of those prices include a $900 delivery fee.
With an excellent new interior and great standard features like all-wheel drive and EyeSight, the Subaru's value in a really tough segment is undeniable. Add to that the excellent cost to own and Kelley Blue Book resale prospects, and the 7th generation Legacy is looking good.